Hi guys, it's Amy. Today's lesson is more for advanced golfers. I'm going to show you how to control your distance for pitch shots. So when you look at tour pros, they put a lot of hours in practicing, so they are actually able to control their grip pressure, their club head speed and all that, and they can control 2 yards, 3 yards, 5 yards to however they want. But when it comes to amateurs, obviously we don't have that much time to practice. So if you just kind of master your half swing and your 3/4 swings, you will be able to control your distance with ease. Okay, so when it comes to wedges, there's lob wedge, sand wedge, gap wedge, and pitching wedge. So it all depends on the brands and your preference, but lob wedges are usually around 60 degrees, sand wedges are 56, gap wedges are 52, and pitching wedges are around 48. So there is about like 4-degree gap between all the wedges. So if those are uniformed, it actually makes the yardage control more consistent. So for those of you who don't really know too much about wedges, I will probably make a separate video on it. But for today's lesson, it's more for advanced golfers. So I'm going to assume that you know about your wedges, and I'm just going to go straight to the point. So in my bag, I only carry 3 wedges. I have a 58 degrees, which is lob wedge slash sand wedge, and 52 degrees, which is a gap wedge, and I have a 46 degrees, which is just a stock pitching wedge that comes with the iron set. So I do have 6-degree gap between all my wedges, so it's uniformed. Just makes everything easier. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to control your distance using 3 different wedges and 2 different swings. So let's say with my 58 degree, if I swing half, I hit it about 50 yards or so. With the gap wedge, I swing half, I hit it about 70. And then with the pitching wedge, I swing half, I hit it about 90 yards. So there's about equal amount of distance difference, about 20 yards difference. Everybody's different, but for me, it's kind of uniformed. And let's say I take the same 58 degrees and I swing 3/4. I hit it about 60 yards. With the gap wedge, 3/4, I hit it about 80. And with the pitching wedge, 3/4 swing, I hit it about 100. So just right there, I have every 10 yards covered between 50 yards all the way up to 100. So you're set there, but if you want to go into more detail and be able to control every 5 yards, it's very easy. Let's just pick any yardage, say 65 yards. 65 yards would be between my gap wedge half swing, which goes 70 yards, and then my sand wedge 3/4 swing, which goes about 60 yards. So it's in between these two. And if you're out on the driving range and you try and work on your half swings and 3/4 swings and try all these different wedges, you will end up favoring one over the other. Like for me, I like my sand wedge and gap wedge, and I prefer half swing rather than 3/4 swing. So automatically, if I want to make a 65 yard, I would probably pick my gap wedge half swing and work from there. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so this is my 52-degree gap wedge. If I swing half, I hit it about 70 yards, just like this. It'll go about 70 yards. And then if I wanted to hit it 65 yards with this, I would do 2 things differently. So after I set up, I would choke down on the grip about 1 inch. So go down on the grip, which will make you stand closer to the ball. And I will change the ball position about a golf ball left of normal. So 2 things like this, and then I'll hit it as if I'm hitting a 70-yard shot, just a regular half swing. So it's just changing 2 things, grip and ball position. You will easily be able to take 5 yards off. And let's say there is a bunker in front of the flag and a water hazard behind the green, and you really need to make it stop quick once it lands. I would probably go with my 58-degree 3/4 swing. Let me show you that one too. Because the 58-degree launches a little higher, so once it hits the green, it will most likely stop quicker. That's why I would go with the 58-degree 3/4 swing. So my 58-degree 3/4 swing goes about 60 yards. Watch. And if you want to add 5 yards to that, you do two things differently. Okay, so you set up normal, and then you're going to grip up about an inch, and you're going to move your ball position about a ball or two to the right. The only thing you have to be careful here is when the golf ball is back in your stance, a lot of people tend to kind of back up into the right foot when you're hitting at it, but you actually have to make sure you load into the left. Something you have to watch out. But two things differently, and then we're gonna swing 3/4 swing as if I'm going to hit my 60 yards. The two different things you did in your grip and your ball position will for sure let you hit it 5 yards longer. But now you have two options for 65 yards. You have the option of running it out a little bit with the 52-degree, or you have the option of stopping it quicker with the 58-degree. So which is awesome, right? So you're covered from you're covered every 5 yards between 50 yards and 100. So I really suggest you go out there on the driving range and work on your half swings and 3/4 swings and really get familiar with your wedges, and really you will narrow down and have one or two favorite yardages. This is really going to help you on par 5s, because if you want to lay up with your second shot to a specific yardage that you actually really like hitting, then you will have higher chances of hitting it closer to the hole on your third shot and making more birdies. So I hope you're able to follow along, and if you have any questions, always come visit my Instagram, Facebook, and website, and I will see you guys in the next lesson.